In the name of God. The old man who slapped the town's judge on the back of the neck. Once upon a time, in the old days, in a certain town, there lived an old man who was sick, weak, thin, and on the verge of death, nothing but skin and bone. He had no flesh left on him, no strength in his body at all. Whatever he ate or drank, he grew weaker and thinner day by day, until one day his family and those close to him forced him to go to a skilled physician to seek treatment. The sick old man asked around for such a skilled physician and set off to go see him. People said that this physician was so expert and capable that no patient ever went to him and returned disappointed. Everyone who visited him found healing. With great hope, the sick old man went to see that physician, and after much searching, he finally found his chambers. After exchanging greetings, he said to the physician, "O skilled physician, take my pulse, examine me, and tell me what illness I suffer from that has made me so weak and thin." While the physician was taking his pulse, the sick old man said, "From the pulse you can learn the state of the heart, because the vein of the hand is connected to the heart. If you want to know the condition of the heart, use something that is connected to the heart. The wind itself cannot be seen, but its presence is known through the trembling of leaves or the movement of dust. From the way the leaves move, you can tell which direction the wind is blowing, from the right, the left, or the north. You cannot see the heart itself, but from the intoxicated eyes of a lover, you can tell what state the heart is in." The sick old man went on and on, giving examples about seeing the wind through the leaves, diagnosing illnesses, and how hidden things must be understood through visible signs. When his words finally ended, the physician took his pulse again and realized that the old man would soon die and suffered from an incurable illness. He was already afflicted with the disease of death. The physician knew he could not cure him. He thought to himself that if he told the old man about his condition, he would become deeply depressed and die even sooner. So a solution had to be found. The physician thought and thought until finally a clever idea came to his mind. The physician said to himself, "This poor old man is dying and will soon be gone. So it would be better to tell him that he is free to do whatever he wishes, to eat and drink whatever he desires, and not to avoid anything at all. In this way, during whatever time he has left, he will at least enjoy his life and will not leave this world disappointed." So he said to him, "O old man, you have an old and strange illness that can only be cured by avoiding all restrictions. Eat whatever you want, do whatever you desire. Just listen to your heart and follow it. If you don't do this, your condition will only get worse, for patience and self-denial will make this illness even more severe." The sick old man was delighted to hear the physician's words and felt that his illness was not so dangerous after all. He thanked him and offered old man prayers for the physician's health. The sick old man said this, left the physician, and went toward a stream to watch nature, enjoy its beauty, and hopefully recover from his illness. For at the very moment the physician had told him to do whatever his heart desired, he had felt an urge to go sit by a brook, watch the flowing water, and look at the beauty of the world. So he set off, and eventually arrived at the edge of a small stream. By a twist of fate, a plump, well-fed Sufi was sitting there by the water. The Sufi had his back turned to the sick old man and was lost in his spiritual world, washing his hands and face in peace. The sick old man's eyes suddenly fell on the Sufi's neck, smooth, white, and broad, as if it were begging for a slap. The sick old man said to himself, "How much I would love to give this man a good, hearty slap on the back of his neck." But suddenly he was terrified of his own desire and said to himself, "What kind of thought is this passing through my heart?" Truly, the heart desires all sorts of strange things. But he thought for a moment and said to himself, "There's no other choice. The physician told me to follow my heart. I must not break my heart's desire, otherwise my illness will only get worse." So he saw no way out. He stepped forward and suddenly slapped the back of the Sufi's neck hard. The sharp sound of the slap echoed through the air around the stream. The Sufi, terrified and startled, turned around and angrily began cursing the sick old man. "You fool! Are you out of your mind? Are you sick that you slap the back of my neck like that?" The Sufi's furious voice frightened the patient. The Sufi wanted to attack him, but then he noticed how thin and frail the old man was and thought, "If I punch him, he might fall and die, and then his blood will be on my hands." It's obvious he is sick, truly sick. Weak and suffering people are easily deceived by the devil. The same devil that whispers to them to slap others or harm them for no reason. People, when overwhelmed by their desires, love to trouble the innocent, and they are always searching for faults behind each other's backs. Then he turned to the sick old man and said, "O you who slap the innocent from behind, why don't you realize that this very act may one day return to you as punishment?" The sick old man explained the matter of his illness and the physician's instruction. But the Sufi did not believe his words and considered it a trick of the devil. So he said mockingly and with scorn, "O you who have taken the whims of your heart as medicine and treatment! With such excuses, you only bring pain and suffering to weak people. Do you really think doing whatever your heart desires is a cure? By this behavior, you only harm the helpless and the innocent. The one who told you such thing is medicine is laughing at you. He is the same one who deceived mankind and tempted him to eat the apple." The Sufi thought to himself, "If I forgive this sick old man, he will take it seriously and will slap someone else again. So it's better to take him to the judge so he can judge between us." The Sufi grabbed the old man by the collar and dragged him to the judge. The judge ruled between them and said, "In such cases, punishment must be equal. My verdict is retaliation." Then the judge turned to the Sufi and said, "O Sufi, you may slap him on the back of his neck with the same force he slapped you." But the Sufi said to the judge, "This old man is like a tent whose ropes have snapped and whose pole has broken. He only needs the slightest excuse to collapse to the ground. He is so weak that if I try to retaliate, even with the smallest strike, he will fall and die. And then it will be my turn for retaliation. Then the king will order me to be punished for killing him. This old man is already on the brink of death. Retaliating against him would be injustice. The judge thought for a moment and realized that the Sufi was right, and the sick old man was so weak he was on the verge of death. One slap would be enough. One slap and he could fall and die. Then another court would have to be held for the retaliation against the Sufi, and because of a single slap, 2 lives might be lost. The judge thought again and then said, "Well, we will set aside retaliation. This sick old man must pay you compensation." Then the judge turned to the old man and said, "O weak, dying old man, what do you even have? What is your financial capacity?" The old man replied, "I only have 6 coins in the world, just these 6. The judge said, "Out of these 6 coins, spend 3 yourself, and give the other 3 to the Sufi as compensation." As the sick old man listened to the judge's words, his eyes suddenly fell on the judge's neck, which was even plumper, smoother, and whiter than the Sufi's. The sick old man thought to himself, "A slap on the back of this judge's neck would feel so satisfying. How much I wish to slap the back of his neck as well. If I don't do it, my illness will come back even worse." The old man said to the judge, "Your Honor, I have a confidential matter. Please bring your head closer so I can whisper it in your ear." As soon as the judge lowered his head to listen, the old man instantly slapped the back of his neck hard. Then the sick old man said, "Your Honor, now I will give away all 6 coins. I want none for myself. 3 coins for the Sufi and 3 coins for you as compensation." The judge became extremely angry and furious at the old man's words. When the Sufi saw the judge's anger, he said to him, "O judge, your judgment was fair, so why are you upset? You yourself set this rule, so now you have no right to be angry, O man of religion. How can you approve for another what you do not approve for yourself? Do you not understand that what you do to me will eventually return to you? This is the first consequence of your wrong judgment, which caused the slap on your own neck. Woe to your other judgments and rulings, for God knows what will happen to you because of your other wrong judgments." The judge listened carefully to the Sufi's words, then said, "You are right. We both must give our consent and leave this sick old man alone." The Sufi asked in surprise, "What do you mean? Give our consent? Why?" The judge said, "Yes, O Sufi, it is necessary that we both give our consent and forgive his sins. For every slap and every hardship that comes to us is the work of fate and destiny." Although I was angry and annoyed at this ill-tempered old man, in my heart I am happy and content. My heart is like a garden, and my eyes like clouds that rain. When the cloud weeps, the garden becomes joyful and blooming. Sorrow and joy are together, and even problems and hardships can lead to growth and happiness. For every hardship that comes to you by fate, expect the reward and blessing that follows, and know that hardships are always accompanied by a blessing. Divine fate and destiny are just. Even if hardship comes, its outcome is good. The value of the world is like a tiny mosquito, but the slaps of life are like a vast and endless gift from God. Tests and hardships are far more important than worldly pleasures.
The slaps and hardships that the prophets endured led them to surrender their lives and souls to God. Even prophets suffered, and these hardships were part of the path to perfection. Hardships either arise because of our mistakes or for our growth and perfection. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, so you won't miss more stories like this. If you enjoyed the video, we'd really appreciate your support with a like and a comment